Class 9, Chapter 1, The Fun They Had. Answer these questions in a few words or a couple of sentences each. A. How old are Margie and Tommy? Margie was 11 years old and Tommy was 13. B. What did Margie write in her diary? Margie wrote in her diary, Tommy found a real book. C. Had Margie ever seen a book before? Margie had never seen a book before. D. What things about the book did she find strange? Margie was surprised to see the yellow and crinkly pages. There were words, but when they turned back to the page before it had the same words. E. What do you think a telebook is? A telebook is a book which appears on the screen of a television or computer. F. Where was Margie's school? Did she have any classmates? Margie's school was a computer in her home. She did not have any classmates. G. What subjects did Margie and Tommy learn? Margie and Tommy learned geography and history. Second question. Answer the following with reference to the story. A. I wouldn't throw it away. First, who says these words? These words are said by Tommy. Second, what did it refer to? It here refers to the television. Third, what is it being compared with by the speaker? Television screen is being compared with the book by the speaker. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher, it was a man. First, who does they refer to? They here refers to the boys and the girls. Second, what does regular means here? Regular here means normal of the usual kind. What is it contrasted with? It is contrasted with the mechanical teacher. Third part, answer each of these questions in short paragraph or about 30 words. A. What kind of teachers did Margie and Tommy have? Margie and Tommy had the mechanical teacher. He taught them different subjects. He worked on the television screen. He gave tests and calculated the marks. He asked questions and gave homework. It was to teach them at the fixed hours. B. Why did Margie's mother send for the county inspector? Margie was the daughter of Mrs. Jones. She was not well at geography. Margie's mother called the county inspector for help. After observing, he informed that Margie's overall progress was quite satisfactory. C. What did he do? A county inspector was a little round man. He was called to test Margie's progress in geography. After careful examination, he told that Margie was quite all right. It was not her fault. The geography sector was a little too quick. He had slowed it to suit a 10-year-old kid. D. Why was Margie doing badly at geography? What did the county inspector do to help her? Margie was doing badly at geography. It was not her fault. It was because the geography sector was a little too quick to help Margie. He slowed it to an average 10 years level. Anyway, her progress was quite satisfactory. E. What had once happened to Tommy's teacher? Once Tommy's teacher was away for about a month. There was the history sector in the computer. By chance, it had blanked out completely. So Tommy did not do his work in history. F. Did Margie have regular days and hours for school? If so, why? Margie had regular days and hours for school. The time was quite fixed except for Saturday and Sunday. It was because Mrs. Jones had a whim that little girl learned better in case they learn at regular hours. G. How does Tommy describe the old kind of school? Regarding the old kind of school, Tommy describes that it was housed in a building. There, the girls and the boys sat together. They studied together, they laughed and shouted in the schoolyard. At the end of the day, they left for their houses collectively. H. How does he describe the old kind of teachers? Tommy describes that they were men in the real sense. They taught all the kids together. The teacher had to adjust to fit the mind of every student. Each kid had to be taught differently. Part 4. Answer each of these questions in 2 or 3 paragraphs. What are the main features of the mechanical teachers and the school rooms that Margie and Tommy have in the story? Margie and Tommy were two kids. They were getting their education in their homes. They were not sent to school buildings because the old technique of education had become a thing of past. With the help of screen, they learned all the subjects. It was the mechanical teacher who taught them everything. There was a big screen and lessons, questions and test papers appear on it. Schoolroom was right next to their bedroom. The screen was lit up and the lesson appeared on it. There was a slot where they had to insert their homework and test papers. B. Why did Margie hate school? Why did she think the old kind of school must have been fun? She was scornful about the word school. She hated it more than anything. She thought it to be a building where kids sit together and study. In the other sense, she had become habitual to learn from the mechanical teacher. In her view, the old kind of school must have been fun. It used to exist centuries ago. She was surprised how a man could be a teacher there. The school had a special building. There, all the kids learned the same thing. The students were nearly of the same age. They laughed and shouted in the schoolyard. They returned home together at the end of the day. Margie was thinking how the kids had loved it in those days. Thus, she thought that the old kind of school must have been fun. C. Do you agree with Margie that schools today are more fun than the school in the story? Give reasons for your answer. It is a very debatable topic that schools today are more fun than the school and the story. This story points out that the kids get their education with the help of a mechanical teacher. Every detail appears on the screen for homework, test paper, and answering the questions. Margie had to insert them on the screen. There is a slot for this. There is no process of teaching by a real teacher. Even there is no school building. Through Through homework and test paper, kids take part in it. In case a student feels some doubt, there is no solution for it with the mechanical teacher. It is rather it is rather a dummy object which is fed and activated. It cannot view the kid's difficulty in the true sense as it can be viewed by a real teacher.